Alright, now you... Oh, there we go. Now you should be able to hear me. Let's go ahead and get into some pre-market here. We're running out of time. This is the flow algo. We stream this flow algo here all day. So that'll be right there. But right now I'm looking on spot gamma. Alright, so spot gamma right here. Alright, so this is the spot gamma. This is what we're going to be looking in here. And basically I just come in, look at the notes here that they put in here. Okay, so what's up, guys? Everyone that's here in the chat, please say what's up. Let me know who you are so you can interact. Please ask questions. I'm going through pre-market right now. If you have any questions, I'm going to put like a watch list thing right here. What is up, dude? Giovanni, what is going on, bro? At 380. Bitcoin 380. No, not yet. So I'm actually doing my pre-market right now. I don't know if you could see like on the bottom, there's like a notepad thing that I'm writing in. Is it updating like in real time as I'm writing in there? Um, okay. No? Oh, I wonder if these are my just for my own notes. This is dumb. All right, so basically, I'll put it right here, and then we'll go over it here in a second. QQQs have resistance at mm, all right. And then I'm gonna go over everything I just wrote, actually outlining our stuff. So, um, give me a few minutes. Okay, so I'm just doing pre-market right now, guys. If you go, so let me see. How do I change this again? Edit layout. Still learning this, guys. I'm used to just doing, I usually just stream to my room like under um, Zoom. Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I'm gonna have to get with Tech Mario later. I don't know if you've seen Sean post in the chat. What does IBM mean for SPY earnings? IBM, dude. I'm not. I don't think it necessarily matters. So, reason being is because IBM is not. Oh, one second. IBM is not a big holder in the SPY. So whenever this is kind of like what I'm looking at right here. So whenever I'm looking at like things that could actually move the ETFs like SPY and the Qs, this is the website right here. It has the biggest holdings. Oh wow, Apple's actually 7% now. So it used to be only 5. Well, not only 5, but it was 5%. Microsoft right here, Amazon, Google, Tesla, Berkshire, obviously, and then Johnson Johnson, Nvidia. These are the 10 biggest ones. So, I mean, the IBM, doing what it does is not necessarily going to, cause the whole market to go ahead and move. So it's kind of lackluster. And like I don't know them I to be 100% honest, I haven't really um, kept up with their whole business model and stuff, but they are like the dinosaurs um, of this whole computing thing. I would much rather play with Microsoft. We have so many AI type uh, type tickers like Google and um, there's like Snow is a good one. Um, Growth stocks that are really good. So, yo, Mr. Trade Freak. Oh, you can't be Nostradamus in here? What's up, brother? Thank you for supporting coming over here. Trade Freak was easy. Yeah, dude, the other one gets a little long. All right, so I did that. Let's do scan here for tickers. And I promise I think I need to do the edit layout. Alert box. Symbol. Okay. Oh no. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, dude, I don't know how to put the watch list on here, dude. Like I need to be able to put a watch list here to chat users. I don't know, dude. It's frustrating me. Oh, now it's saying I'm offline. I don't know, dude. I gotta get this going though. So scan AstraZeneca. Oh, dude, look at this run DKNG did on Friday. So I'm gonna set an alert right there for TKNG. So these are custom scans that I put in the chat every day for anyone that is like a member of our chat here. So um, and I try to just go through these as quick as possible. Basically, I'm just looking at stuff that is set up here a little bit better, like on the bigger time frame. So, oh, really? Usually, though, whenever that happens, right? So, Trade Freak is talking about. Oh, mine doesn't have it on the daily. You said. Yeah, I don't know. So, but usually when that happens on the bigger time frame, because on the bigger time frame it's so slow, it um, it's showing like a false breakout. So I think honestly, and we'll get to this here in a second. I know we're getting to the top of the hour right now, so just trying to get all these tickers here real quick, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So QCOM and TGT. Ooh, Qualcomm has been doing work. This is actually pretty nice. Okay. Again, and for everyone that's in here, I can't see like you who's in here. So make sure that you write in the chat so I can tell you good morning. I uh, I try to tell everyone good morning that comes in and says hi, dude. Um, I'm very personal like with my streaming, dude. I just eventually like it'll like get big where I may not be able to tell everyone good morning and stuff, but until that day comes, dude, I hate feeling like I'm just a number like in any other chat room or anything like that. So, um, oh, I didn't mean to do that. So I don't know if you guys knew that here on Thinkorswim, they have these preset right here, and I like to use the top most active, and that gives you like the most volume and movement. So Apple is one right now. Um, Grab holdings plug. Oh, I didn't look at plug. Yeah, so I didn't. So nah, not too much going on here. Dude, Costco made that breakout here. We've been waiting for this breakout here on Costco at this 500 for a while, and it finally did it. It took like 2 days, but 530 already almost. So the resistance is right here at this 527 or so. Um, my income percent, I don't know it off the top of my head. I'll have to get back to you. So I don't know if I like that. I can't just copy and paste stuff. Oh, like on Discord. Yeah, I'll get with Deckmar on that, dude. options. So we're primarily option trading room. I actually cut my teeth trading small caps. So I do know this whole small cap game, reading fundamentals, um, the crazy ass wicks and getting stopped out on liquidity hunts, all the stress that comes with it. I did it, but options is a lot better, and I'm here like on Tradecaster with Deckmar to show the option game and why I believe it's a lot less stressful, especially for new traders that have a small account. You could trade it with a cash account. You don't have to worry about PDT. So, um, GOEV. NVIDIA. Morning D-Rob. Morning D-Rob, yeah. Morning, is it Cheerio? Cheerio. Dead Trader, what up, guys? Um, all right, so that's pretty much it for pre-market. I'm gonna go take my medicine real quick, and then I'll be right back. And then we're gonna actually go over kind of game plan and what I think is gonna happen today. So give me like 2 minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Okay, now can you hear me? Okay, sorry about that. So whenever I plugged in my headset, it kicked me off there. So what I was saying is my name is Cruz. I am the founder of head trader of newagewallstreet.com. We trade primarily options. We do trade some small caps. That's how I kind of cut my teeth and got into the trading game, was small caps, all day faders, BS biofarms, all that type of stuff. I got tired of being stressed out and banging my head against the keyboard, so I changed over to trade options instead. um, Deckmar has me here more on the option side, but when options are slow, we could trade some small caps and vice versa. Um, so what I was saying here today is that, like if you scroll up on the little chat thing, I put some notes there, like my pre-market watch list plan thing, and pretty much what we're looking at here today on the SPY is about a 1% move. And when I say that, I mean from bottom to top, top to bottom, from the high and low of the day is going to be about 1%. So say for instance, we open up right here at right at this pivot where we're at right now, then we're going to be, and we were just to go up, we would get to, oh, a little bit more than that, about 392. So 393 is going to be resistance, so that would be kind of right. and and we're probably going to come down and test this bottom area here as well. So this range right here is going to be marked as kind of a fair value, this 385. So one thing that we want to look at as well whenever we're looking at our levels for the SPY is our open interest. And I believe on Wednesday I'm going to do more in-depth analysis on open interest and why it matters with the markets moving and what have you. No, just regular traditional pivots from Thinkorswim. So not anything. And I do have daily, monthly, weekly ones. It's a good question there, brother. So here on the open interest on the call side, we have 390 stacked with 14,000, and then it's pretty thick right here, going up till 400. But this is what we're gonna keep on. Keep in mind right here is this 14,000 that's stacked up right here at this 390. Also, keep in mind right here, we also have another 14,000 right here at 385. To the downside here, we have the next lowest one is going to be 10,000 at 384, and then there's 10,000 below there. So we pretty much have our range set for the day already. So we're going to wind up staying between this 390 and 384 for the day, because this is the premium that needs to be worn off, and the market makers are going to want to make that money on. So what I believe is going to happen here is we will get a quick push in the yes. So right as soon as, dude, I have ADD like a motherfucker, and this thing beeps it. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on here. I hope I'm allowed to cuss. Sean said that I'm able to stay on brand to my brand, and I cuss. So, so I think we're gonna get a quick pop at the open, and then we're gonna wind up closing somewhere down here towards this S1 area. So the right here, this green line. All right. Does someone want to bet me a taco? Because that's what we do in my room. We bet tacos. All right, so that's the SPY, and then also along with that is the VIX. Um, and so to go along with that thesis of what we have right now, right, guys? Tacos de Cecil, there we go. All right. That's when we take small scalp trades, we say, all right, we're playing for some taco money. We're not going for any home runs or anything. We're just playing for some taco money. And I host workshops. Like I had my office in Albuquerque, working on getting an office here in Dallas now. That was our thing after our trading. We went out and grabbed tacos. So 7-figure traders going and buying $2 tacos. All right, so here on the VIX, we're at the 25. Everyone knows what the VIX is, right? Everyone understands what the VIX is and why it's important. It measures the volatility, and it works inversely of the SPY. All right. So 25 is going to be our support. We're a little bit below that. I would expect us to drop maybe just a little bit, and then we might push up here to this level. And then on the Qs as well, the same thing, resistance up above at like 295. All right, 295, 296. So we got a little bit of overhead, and that's due to moving into like Apple. And these are the bigger weights that I always keep up to work in confluence with our SPY moves. So I always have Apple up. I always have Tesla up whenever I'm trading. So right now we're gapped up here on Apple. 150 is this big breakout point on Apple. So if we come right here, right, we have this like head and shoulder neckline. So here's your head, shoulder, shoulder. Here's your neckline right here. This is previous support. It's going to act as resistance right here at this 150. And we've already pushed up above towards this level of 151, and we rejected. So our goal here for today, if you have a bullish macro thesis, is for us to stay and close above 151. If we could do that on at least that today, we will, the bulls have a chance for the rest of the week. I'll get into that here in a little bit, but we may fade a little bit lower than that. Trade options full time, yes. This is what I do, brother. So it was either doing this or being a porn star, and I couldn't hack it at doing the other one, so here I am. All right. Tesla. Oh, look, Berto. What's up, brother? Nice, dude. Nice. I hope Dekmar chooses to keep me around, bro. Um, so all right. So here on Tesla, we are at the 730. This was where the biggest open interest was for last week that expired on Friday for Tesla. So this is where you need to be cognizant of where our new support is going to be. So come all the way down here, right? And then 730. So right now there's 2,000 right here, but to the upside we have room to 750. There's 8,000 there, and then there is 1,600 right here at 720. But that's not to say that we can't come back down to 700 and bounce off of there, and then by the end of the week come over here. But we'll probably close near this at the end of the week. Okay. So that's what we're looking at. So that's Apple, Tesla, and then those are the ones that I really keep track of. I am keeping track of also Shopify. I looked over here, and I apologize. I got to code out these little things. I don't remember how to do it. But all these, so whenever you become a member, and if your OnlyFans coming soon, yeah, dude. Dude, I might have to pay you all to even look at my OnlyFans. Shopify on this smaller time frame, guys, is getting really tight here on this bottoming pattern. Oops, not that close. So right here. The only thing is that so we're kind of making these lower highs still. So I want to start seeing some strength here and start putting in some higher lows into this, okay? But this is something that long-term portfolio I would love. Ecom is not going anywhere. It's only going to get bigger. So, and they are like the head honchos of the ecom world. So, Peter, good morning. What's up? Good morning, team. New to your channel. Wish everyone good trading. Yes, Joey. What's up? Good morning, brother. Everyone else. Nice to have you. Rio Trader, what's up? All right, so there's those, and then we are also looking at Nvidia, and then Boeing was also leading last week. I do not. So, do you guys have something that I have in my room, and I'm sure a lot of traders have, is a DNT list? Everyone know what a DNT list is? A DNT list is a do not trade list, and what that means is for whatever reason you and that ticker just do not get along. Like every time you trade it, you just take losses on it, and it just does not work well. But this setup right here on Boeing is actually pretty nice. So you have this compression that's going up. This is the TTM squeeze right here. I'll go over the indicators and strategy, I believe on Thursday is when I have it. setup. And then this is your neckline right here that needs to get above this 150, and then we get a little bit of chop, and then we have this gap area right here. Okay, so this is actually looking pretty good. This will be something to keep on watch as well. Okay, I'm gonna put a little alert over here actually. Twitter on the DNT list. Yeah, Twitter. So the whole reason Boeing is on my DNT list is because it just moves too slow, dude. So I like, fast momentum type movers, and if you're just buying calls, buying puts on something like Boeing, you're just gonna get the theta eaten out of your contract. So yeah. What style of trading do you mostly do with options? Do you day trading them or mostly swing trading? So right now in this environment that we have right now, dude, it's just kind of a hit it and quit it type thing. Just nail and bail with the volatility that we have. And I mean, with the SPY, dude, I mean, we're getting $5 moves sometimes on the SPY. So I mean, if you're complaining about that, like those types of moves, because back when there was less volatility, when everything was very bullish, I mean, everyone was very happy with $2. So, I mean, you could potentially make the same money in one day as you did a couple days on a swing when the volatility wasn't as big as what it was. So, mostly intraday momentum is what we trade. I do work a wheel strategy for like a longer term, like paycheck type deal. Excuse me. But hardly ever do I take like multi-leg trades on the options. Yeah, no swings right now. So Boeing, and I'll just check NVIDIA here real quick. We got like 8 minutes to the open. Oh yes, we also do you selling or buying strats? Yes, we also sell premium. So I also sell premium in extended moves. So whenever we get like a huge momentum move, then and everyone is chasing things to one side, then I will also sell premium. Even like if I am swinging stuff, my rules say that like if I'm long, that we have to close at highs in order to be able to keep my trade overnight. I'm not going to keep something that's middle of the range or anything like that. It has to show momentum that it's going to go up. Because if that's the case and then we open down a little bit the next day, then theoretically I should still be good on my position. Meta, that's a good one. Appreciate you guys keeping the conversation going here, man. Yeah, Meta has a little bit of room to come up this 160, 170 area. So, yeah. I don't have enough room for every single ticker, dude. So, if you see something, say something like we say in my room. We work as a team. That's what's nice about having a community here. NVIDIA is actually really looking pretty nice and really strong right here. This is um, Apple and all the rest of them. Like they took that little dip, that what do they call it, 830 dip, and NVIDIA looks like it wants to get going. Hey, do you remember Richard? For those of you guys that don't know, Richard, Trade Freak is my right hand man. He is like my first protege student. Um, he made like 80K his first year trading, like ever. Like never seen a stock before. The first year he traded, made 80K, dude. And I was like, that's fucking ridiculous. Usually traders lose money the first year of trading, and I didn't believe it either. But he showed me his tax thing that he had to do. And he wasn't even show us to brag. He was just telling us he had to file taxes, and that's what it was. So, anyways, I just say that because he knows the strategy, and he'll probably be posting a lot of value in here as well. Um, but there was a guy that was loading up on these 160 calls here on Nvidia last week, and looks like they paid off for him. Also, I use Flow Algo. Everyone know Flow Algo? So I do flow trade as well. And this just kind of keeps track of sentiment and what have you. So this is something that's a value like in my room as well, is that I always keep this up like this. And yes, it's Tiffany. Would you still be nice if you could check our private messages? Yes. Heard of it. Options with occasional small caps. Yes, I don't. So we also do SPX like 0 DTE strat. So I don't know if that. Um, so this measures calls and sweeps in the market. It pretty much looks for the big players that are taking positions here. Like this guy right here, at the end of the day on Friday, he took these September 16th, so September OPEX, 9.5 million worth of contracts here at 366 puts. So these are a little bit further out. There's a guy in here that is loading up on August, what is it, August 17th? Is OPEX next month? 19th. So August 19th, 368. So everyone is calling for this crash here on, the market and stuff, but this guy has probably at this point almost 50 to 100 million dollars worth of puts that are sitting right there, right below the 370. So there's a huge gamma support that is going to be there, and that's why the market is going upwards, and we can't go down anymore at this point until like August, unless we get some really catastrophic nuclear type catalyst or news. It's not going to happen. Okay. I don't even have my DAS loaded up, so give me a second here, guys. Honestly, I think they're hedges, dude. I think that those are hedges on those. I think that I think they're long equity and hedging with options. So I think that they're just taking some off anytime that it comes down a little bit, and then adding here. Anytime we get above 380, it seems like they start going in heavy, and we may see him today come up on here. So yeah, and then I think on Friday is when we're gonna go over option trading, or excuse me, flow trading a little bit more. So we'll kind of focus more on that. So excuse me if I don't put up big P&Ls for you guys. I'm gonna be focused on more on like teaching you guys and kind of going over my, my strategy and stuff with you. And then if you guys like it, then we'll start hitting some trades and stuff, especially the people that have been here all week, this week. Next week we'll start hitting some trades, and then you'll know what I'm kind of looking for and what we're doing. Okay, I'm gonna put Apple right here. 1 minute to the bell here, guys. Make sure you're using your stop loss, taking profit at your relevant levels. We don't have any bag holders in the New Age Wall Street room. And Nvidia, what do I usually have here? Oh, yes. Yeah, dude. So when I started my chat room, I wanted a thing that was kind of like, like that had the essence of like a leader, but at the same time, like I'm not a boss. Like I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Like, does that make sense? And so I wanted something like a team captain, or team player, team captain or player captain. So that's what it is. And obviously, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm definitely Mexican. So where's everyone from in the chat? I want to know where all you guys are from. California, nice, dude. Dallas, that's where I'm at. So QCOM already going up. And then if we bounce right here off this pivot, I'll probably go ahead and take some quick calls. 388. Exactly to the pivot right here. There goes the bounce. How far out we trade the options? So weeklies. So the rule that we have in our room is that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you could trade weekly, same week expiration. And then on Thursday, Friday, you could, I would start looking at maybe the next week expiration just because of the theta effect. And then, if you're playing a 0 DTE and you're willing to go ahead and risk to 0, or they're more like a lotto trade, which I don't necessarily recommend, then yes, you could go ahead and play Friday, but you're assuming that risk that those could not work. There we go, perfect. Right off the pivot line, we're up. And this is all the flow coming through, really bullish here so far. And then Apple right here down straight to the 150. Now we're holding, pushing up. Nice candle right here. Look at this. Tesla as well. Tesla's over 740 right now. Trying to get over this pivot. We're going to have a little bit of a bump, and then we should start trying to push towards that 750. The Qs are at the pivot as well, so a little bit of resistance, and then we'll get going. Nvidia popping up. Yeah, NASDAQ stocks look really nice right now, guys. All right, so I'm in SPY calls right here off of the 388. My target is going to be right here at this line, the 389. And then my stop is obviously right below the low of day. I know that purple candle. Yeah, the SPY was showing it right here too, dude. Oh, see, oh no, so now they're loading up a little bit further out into September. So 369 right here, 7 million put sweep. And all of these are buy to open. So anything that you see on Flow Algo and stuff is buy to open. And then I could turn on or it's going to go in my headphones instead of that. So this isn't good right here. Apple's rejecting this. So need a little bit more gas. Let's go. Best place to paper trade options. So I'm very partial to DAS. You do have to pay for the market data, which is kind of expensive. It's $150 a month to have options data through DAS. But I am a big believer that you should practice the way that you play, right? So if you want to play with the professionals, please use professional tools. Do not go and try to do this like on Robinhood or things like that. You could obviously you also have the one here on Thinkorswim, which is decent. I think you have to have a deposit into the account. You have to have a deposit in the account to be able to get real-time data. But my recommendation is either this Thinkorswim or DAS. So DAS is a full order book and a lot faster in my opinion. But a lot of the active trader type brokers use either DAS or Center or not DAS or Sterling. I'm gonna wind up getting stopped out right here, guys. Let's see. Oh no, is it gonna bounce again? There we go. Tesla's making a move up, 744 here now. This may actually work as, so we have a move called the crossover. I was calling it the Allen Iverson, the sickest crossover ever. Has anyone ever seen Michael Jordan get crossed over the way Allen Iverson crossed him over? I don't think so. But basically, this the VWAP right here. This is the VWAP. This is your point of liquidity, and whenever the price crosses over that, it's going to want to retest it here as resistance now. Or yeah, resistance. So this would be a good point here to try for the downside. And then, but you're risking high of day. So make sure that you just have that. And like I said, I'm holding on by a thread here. I may get stopped out if I get lower than this right here, 388.02. Do I only buy naked? Yes. Yes. So my broker is Cobra, so you can see I have the Cobra hat. So I also have a Venom account, and they auto liquidate you if you don't have the liquidity on expiration day if you go in the money. So either way, dude, you're protected. How many contracts do I usually trade? So around so 5 is usually my max. So my goal is not to make home runs and make a whole lot of money off of the size that I have. My goal is to make money off of the volatility, dude. If I could catch like this move right here, this little dip and rip on Tesla right here, it's already almost 20 points. Dude, that's almost $100 per dollar, right? $100 or $100 per contract that it moves like that. So, I mean, it's gonna make a $2,000 move right here per contract. So, you have 5 of those. That's 10 grand. I mean, in a day, you don't need anything more than that. You know what I mean? That's where a lot, especially with options, that's where people get really, really messed up with the options. Because if you have more than that, right? You have 5, 10, 20 um, contracts, especially like with the Tesla that is like $1,200, and then say it does go in your favor and in the direction that you want it to move, but it doesn't move as quickly in the momentum, then that theta is gonna get kicked in, and that theta is gonna kick you right in the freaking taint, bro, because you have so many of those contracts and they're not moving. So yeah, you may be above your actual entrance price, but you're gonna wind up realizing a loss because of the timing of it. So you could be right on direction but wrong on timing, and that's one of the bad things, one of the cons about trading options. Kind of like right now. So I mean, I bought right here, and now we're middle of the range right here, and I'm getting caught in this kind of chop, and so I also have part of what we're going to talk about is like my trading rules sometime this week in my plan. And one of my rules is walk into profit quickly. So from the Jesse Livermore book, if you guys read the thread from my Twitter, I adopted a rule called walk into profit quickly. So all your best trades should walk into profit quickly. You should not be going back and forth in and out like, of profit. If you're in this trade for now, I'm in this trade for what? Oh, this is a 3-minute chart too. That's what's kind of freaking me out here. Uh, Oops, I didn't catch that stop out. So did I luck out? Oh, now I'm stopped out. I stopped out, guys. That's a loss of $132 right there. Um, so the walk into profit quickly rule, the is so your ticker should walk into profit quickly. If you're sitting in here for 15-20 minutes and you're not getting into profit, then that's a time stop out. There's a difference between like a price stop out, right, and a time stop out. So you could stop out according to time as well. So if my trade doesn't go into profit within 15-20 minutes, we're just chopping sideways, then you got to get out of that trade, and then you look for a better entry based off of the timing as well, to be able to get in. Because sometimes, right, you could be in something that is like choppy like this, right? So this is your compression right here, but we got to look for maybe like a higher low or something to be able to get in into the trade. So if not, you're just going to get chopped up, and that theta is going to wind up screwing you. I'm going to take this same trade again and try again here, guys. Reason I'm trying again here is Apple bounced here off this lower portion. The VIX is coming back down, and then the Qs are also trying to pop up. If the Qs start rejecting the VWAP and the pivot up here at 295.03, then I'll go ahead and hop out. But I just got a better entry than I already had. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, dude. So and my biggest losses of my career have always come from that type of chop, dude. It's never been from not taking, well, uh, like obviously I take losses, right, from like direction, but my biggest ones have always been from chop, not from not stopping out, if that makes sense. So as an options trader, you gotta have that time, dude. Like, you gotta understand that. So that's why, like, you as an option trader, dude, you kind of get to walk around any other type of trader, small caps, what equity trader. You kind of gotta let your wavels clank a little bit, because I mean, if an equity trader gets deer in the headlights and it passes their stop, they could just hold on forever onto those contracts, and eventually maybe it'll go back up and get above that price. You know what I mean? A year, 2 years, or whatever it is, right? For us, that doesn't happen. We have until the end of the week, the end of that day, or end of that month, end of the quarter, whatever it is, right? So to add a time element to your trading, dude, you got to walk around with your chest pumped up a little bit, because that is very hard to do, to try to estimate time and direction into your trading. And that's what we're doing with options. I see quite a few people in here, guys. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I am in these SPY calls right now. I got stopped out here first, and then on the reclaim, I did get back in. So see if we could go for a quick ride here. The Qs are having a little bit of a hard time going further up, so I may have to just take these small banana profits and small taco profits and see if something else comes in, because Tesla's already tested the 750, so it's gonna right here, it's gonna want to accumulate here on this pivot and go sideways, and then it may try to make another push up. But the 750 is the highest level that we're looking at for that one. And then if you remember our plan from pre-market, it was to push up and fade back down towards probably around 385. So we may, here in a second, if we find this as resistance here in this area, like I said, we may start making our way back down here, and our target here is this this S1. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Means a lot to me, dude. I really feel like I'm very fortunate to hook up with Dekmar and kind of have a little bit of a bigger platform to be able to show my skills. I think I honestly walk around not. Please don't take it the wrong way, bro. I think every trader needs to have a little bit of a swag or ego to them to be able to do this. And I really feel like my strategy and me, the way I trade is really good. And I really feel like I could help out a lot of people. So um, I appreciate you coming in. If you don't have confidence in yourself in this game, dude, no one else's confidence for you is going to help you, bro. 100%. There goes Nvidia. Oh my god, that's pretty move on Nvidia. Oh, is he? Nice, dude. Oh yeah, you have the other stream in here, right? So Apple's rejected this pivot twice now, guys. Uh, right here, and this is what I really try to gauge as far as our moves on the spy. So if we still, there we go. Now, oh, there we go. Right as I'm saying, if it doesn't get over it, I'm gonna wind up just taking my peanuts that I made here. So I actually bought. They were in the money. I bought 388s. So I was just barely in the money, and I didn't want to stretch it out to 389. So I bought 388s. Yeah, sorry, I didn't say that. He streams. I believe he just turned. What? You turn 18 and you're seven-figure trader, brother. That's hard, bro. I don't. I didn't have any self-control at 18. Heck, even now, dude. Way better, but we're getting peppered here with some spy call flow. Is anyone trading Robinhood? Ooh, Robinhood making a little move. All right, so Tesla's trying to push above this. It's like flagging to try to push the 750 right here. So this is what we're watching for. And then Apple is at the pivot trying to get above that too. So we get one more nice little push. Let's see. How close to the money do you buy? Oh, so like, and generalistically here, dude, the rule of thumb that we have is you want to buy the next jack price in the favorable direction you want the ticker to move. So like in this instance right now, if you're looking at the SPY, we have 388.50, right? So then the next favorable strike price, if you're bullish, is going to be 389, right? So please do not come in here and be buying 395s or what have you, dude. You're going to have a bad time. There's a whole reason for this, and I have it back tested. Whenever and maybe we should do like a Greeks webinar type deal. But whenever the ticker moves into being out of the money to in the money, at the money of the strike, the gamma is highest for the price. And so the gamma is actually the rate of change of the delta, and the delta is the actual how much the premium moves per dollar of the underlying. So so that's if you take the trade like that, right? And so if the gamma is sitting there at the next strike price, you're gonna it's almost like getting slingshotted into profit. So you're gonna have like a very like a little window here where the delta moves a little bit quicker than what it normally does, and then you're going to be able to take, like, especially like if your profit target's right up here in this area, you're going to be able to take a little bit more profit off the table than what you would if say your target's down here but you bought 390s or something like that. You know what I mean? So these purple candles are my trigger candle here on my system. So whenever we usually get these, we get a really nice bullish move. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. So thank you, Trade Freak. And if I'm going too fast, dude, I have ADD. There's that push here. Let's go, Tesla. Need Apple to help out. Yeah, I imagine there's a lot of people right here taking profit. So 750 calls for this week, 935,000. No, I kind of got smacked down here, guys. So I think I'm gonna wind up just taking my position off. I don't like these wicks right here, and we know that this is resistance. So, and if it goes, it goes, dude. Like, you know, there's always another trade. But I'm gonna wait right here probably till top of the hour and see if we get the move. And if we don't, then I'll go ahead and just let it do its thing. Yeah, so that's gonna be so Tesla, especially with the and that's what kind of sucks, dude, is the premium is probably gonna be a lot higher for Tesla. So um, yeah, dude, like these at the money calls right now are $26. The VIX and SPY are kind of they're working it with divergence. So whenever the VIX is moving in the same direction as the SPY or the Qs, kind of got to be aware of that. So we're moving up on the VIX as we're trying to move up here, and then on the Qs as well. So the Qs are moving up too. So, but again, these purple candles are my trigger to go long, and usually we get a pretty nice big move when we get those. Apple. Cool. Thank you, Trade Freak. I was gonna say Mr. Trade Freak. And then we're also getting right here something to look at is this divergence. So this volume right here is dying as we're trying to push up. So that is not good. We need volume. So volume is our our bloodline here to be able to make a move. So I almost want to jump out of my calls and get puts. So. And I think that's actually what I'm going to do, guys. So I'm going to switch right here. I lowered my loss on those 388s to $48 from 132. And then I'm going to switch right here to puts, 389. $388 puts, actually. All right, so the basis of my trade here now, guys, is this divergence rate. So we don't have that volume like I was talking about. So I don't, unless we get that algo grind. So the low volume algo grind that pushes up. I know you've all have seen that, right? That shit is frustrating. So remove. Where's the remove? But we're at resistance right here on Apple. We're at resistance on Tesla, and the VIX is also moving up. So I'm gonna go ahead and try for these puts here, and then I'm risking high a day right here, 389.03. And then we have top of the hour in 5 minutes though, so we may get a little bit of a move. The significance of the top of the hour here, guys, is that, oh, let me get stopped out. Nope, I wasn't quick enough to stop. So that's the thing about the options. I gotta manually push the button. I don't have. So that's one thing about the. Oh, so top of the hour here, guys. News gets released at top of the hour and half hour, and so there are actual algo bots that that are looking for keywords within the news, and they buy or sell based off of that, and so that's where you get a little bit of volatility for the move that's happening. There we go. Yeah, we're kind of dependent right here. Like if Apple starts breaking above this and going on a tear, we're gonna have to get out. But Tesla's also holding too. Nice, Alberto. Beautiful trade. Alberto's been with me. He's been with in the New Age Wall Street room since day one, dude. I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna start a trading room, and he's like, well, can I join? And he's been with me ever since, dude. Since April 29th, 2019 was the first day I streamed. And how old are you now, Alberto? 20, 21? Oh, we're over here up on Apple. Super cautious here on these puts, guys. $21, dude. By 25, you'll be seven figures, bro. See, we keep on getting smacked down right here. And then the Qs made it to that 296 resistance we talked about in pre-market and got smacked as well. So these puts are working now. We are up pretty nice on these. Six figures would be nice. Dude, six figures in California is like a minimum wage job, bro. Alright guys, remember the target I gave you here. See if we get down here to this 385. That would be nice, dude. Here comes our top of the hour candle. Got 30 seconds. All you need is wings. Dude, wings are expensive, bro. Someone said that like for a restaurant, they went from like $45 a case to like over 200, dude. And then even like the other day I went and just at the grocery store, I got some at the grocery store and I was like, dude, there's like 5 wings in here. Yeah, he's trading SQQ, SQQ, TQQ, all those just with actual shares though. So here's our crossover right here on the VWAP. This is potentially another setup right here for the puts. You could enter right here, but you're risking quite a bit. So you're risking like 60 cents. Yeah, Apple and Tesla are trying to. I don't think they want to give up them cheeks here, guys. Oh, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade here. I'll let's see if I get my executions here. Sorry, the dog gets a little loud. Oh man, look at this candle. Where are you going? Still no volume in here though. Yeah, you see these wicks in here. These are pretty heavy wicks right here. And then the if Tesla gets going over the 750 though, you kind of have to concede and let it do its thing. Let it move to the upside. 390 is the trigger point right here. So if we get over 390, we're gonna get very bullish above that. That is the gamma pivot point. So, but they are protecting it. So you could even see like in pre-market here, they are trying not to let it get anything close to there. So I am still holding on here. We are half hour into the open, so we got lots of time. There we go. Have you ever heard of a dog name called Fita? How do you say it, dude? Fitales? How they say in Spanish? Yeah, that's a Alberto says that that's what they call dogs in Spanish, and he's a Fitales getting un weenie. All right, so things are kind of calming down right here, guys. Here he goes again. Thank you. It's okay. Yeah, so this is kind of slowing down right here, guys. If you guys have any questions about me and like my trading style, kind of origin stories and stuff like that, then please ask. I'm happy today. That's what kind of we're doing is Q&A, just kind of get to know me and stuff. Um, so so this is my DAS chart. This is my DAS execution. Our entry was pretty on point here so far. I should actually take some profit right here. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to take some profit. Oh, buddy. So here we are. This is the SPX. I bought these at right here, the 11. Hate days like this. Yeah, dude. I mean, what's been happening lately and kind of the theme that we've been having is this kind of range here at the open for the first hour or so, and then we either get a drop or the breakout. So it's kind of to what we're doing, you know, the theme as far as right now, and that's what we're talking about is that we're kind of landlocked, dude. If we come and I put this bigger over here and we come and we look at like the market profile, I don't know if you guys use market profile all that much, but if you come and you look over here, dude, um, and then I think maybe like this hourly chart will be better to show what I'm talking about. So we have this high volume node up here. This is our resistance that we're working with right here. And then this is our support right here. So now anything in between here is just no man's land between this 388 and this 385. So we either need a break above here or break below here. We get down to 380 at that point. So that's kind of what we have going on right now. There's not going to be much going on until we probably get some type of catalyst to get that done. And what I believe, and this is what I meant to say in pre-market, is that my overall macro thesis right now, like of what's going on, is that we have FOMC right next week or this week. And so I believe what they're trying to do is keep the market up as much as possible, not necessarily run it up, but just keep it up as much as possible. And then whatever the rates are that they decide to release, whether it's 75, you know, one whole point or 50, the market is already up. So then it's not so much of a shock like if they were to release it and it's at 380 and then we get to like 360 or something like that, or 375, right? If they were to release the numbers right here at 388, we would probably only get to like 375 or 370, like if it was really bad, like if they did one whole point or something like that, right? So what I believe is happening, and I've documented this on Twitter since the beginning of July, is that we had also CPI number, right? So they started moving this up right here. What day is this? This is the 14th. Oh no, so we need to go back a little bit further. The down here. So this is the 13th. Thought we had another one, but yeah. So for CPI and all that, I believe they're trying to keep it up. So then if we have that negative catalyst, it doesn't hurt the market so much, and they're trying to prevent that recession, right? So if we try to keep the market up as much as possible, and we're releasing these negative catalysts, then it doesn't have so much of an effect on it, and then we aren't necessarily putting so much of pressure on these companies, layoffs, things like that, because of their stock being so much lower. So what I think my thesis is that they're just trying to keep this up high, as high as possible right now, up until FOMC next week, and then we'll get that announcement, and then we have room to come down, basically. So I'll bet someone a taco on that thesis too. I can't be any happier with recognizing what was going on up here when that's push up. I was in these calls, recognized the volume was dying and that we were at resistance on some key tickers here, and took profit and switched the other way. Really happy with that move here. And now that we've kind of switched around here, you can see, oh my goodness, anyone's pants just get tighter. 385 was so we have the top right here. If this is high of day, right? So we were talking about 1%. So if this is the top right here, then 1% is going to be PDC. Yeah, about PDC, dude. So 385 is where we said. Someone needs to go tell Dekmar if we get to 385, we close there to the day, and that's our range. Someone go tell him that I need a raise. Tell him that he needs to keep me around. So we're getting the crossover play here on the 1 minute on this pivot right here. So we crossed over the line of liquidity here at this pivot, this R1. And then if we do not get back above, this is your entry here to go down, to continue the trend. There it goes. So no need to get greedy here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and take off my SPX. I had SPX and SPY. So I'll take off my SPX right there. That was a total of 850. And then I still have my SPY here. Those are up 50%. I bought them at $1.07, and they're at 150 right now. Yeah, $850. There's two SPX contracts. I'll show you. Want to see my whole chart? Oops. Oh man, what did I do? So here's my entry. First profit, second profit right here. That was my trade, dude. Yeah, two contracts only. Yep. So 39.90s, I believe. 38.95, excuse me. Oh, bro, SPX is nice, dude. Cash settled index funds. It is really nice. I mean, very volatile, but if you have confidence in your system to play the zero DTE like that, um, it is very nice. I mean, we just milked. Um, my little thing came off. 1 second. So from 3,900 down to 3,889. So about um, 10 points on the, and then we have a gap. So we have a gap on the SPX. If we fall below 3885, 3883, excuse me, then we actually do have a gap down here to the excuse me, the we'll get to 385 on the SPY, and then that's um, 3860 on the SPX. No, not leveraged. SPX is just the index. It looks like I got out right on time for that, so that's cool. The gain on those contracts were what, 11 to 18, so that's like 70, 60, 70% or something like that. And then right here, this is where I would see it look for another rejection. And there comes Apple coming down. Tesla also rejected 750 underneath the R2 now, so that's at 740, and then it has room to come back down to 730, so 10 bucks down. And we're still early in the day here, so I usually trade the first hour and a half, 2 hours, and then that's it. So like I'm up right now. If I usually like if I keep on trading, I wind up giving it back. So this will be like $1,000 day. So like I said, I'm not shooting for the moon with you guys here today. I'm just trying to teach and outline, you know, kind of my thought process and strategy. And like I said, if you total cost of the trade, so $11 per contract for the SPX, so they would have been $2,200. You need the moon. You want the big P&Ls. Come on FOMC day next week, dude. This next week, dude, and we will let them hang, bro. There we go. Beautiful trade. You know what, dude? I gotta tell you, and I'll be honest with you, is that you gotta have a good fundamental um, platform on equities to be able to trade options. You gotta kind of know like the way that it moves. You know what I mean? If you know and you have a good, you know, structure to put your option trading on, then great. If it's just that like small caps or you know equities just move too quick for you and it's just not your personality, and you know you get dumped on or something like that, then absolutely come over trade options. But if it's like a fundamental thing like where it's a uh, not personality but a psychology thing, or you can't see the pattern or you don't have a strategy, you got to know how the ticker moves before you come over to the option work. Yes, I am the new option trader, brother. Welcome. Silverback. Nice to meet you, brother. We are in some SPY puts. I just took profit on some SPX puts here for about 60-70%. Um, and so we're just chilling right now, man. If you have any questions, let me know. What would be cool, dude, is maybe me and Deckmark could do like a Zoom thing, because all this is done through YouTube. So maybe we could do like a Zoom thing, and then us trade together. So he kind of call out, you know, the small cap and equity stuff, and then I call out the option stuff. That would be cool. Yeah, this is support for QQQ, and then this VIX is kind of ugly, dude. The VIX is not really going anywhere, and it doesn't want to go over 25. So I really hope we don't wind up ranging between these two pivots right here, but we'll see. If we start showing compression, what I mean by compression is showing a basing pattern right here with the TTM and the red dots, I will take off my my SPY puts that I have. So that means that we're trying to accumulate to make another little move up. Yeah, so and the thing about trading and like trading like this in a community is that everyone is kind of at their own place in their trading journey. And me as a mentor, or me as, you know, me showing you what I'm doing, I don't know what I don't know. So if you don't ask, or, you know, say questions, then I can't help you because I don't know where you're at. You know what I mean? My Twitter is always open, guys. You could send me a DM. You could uh, any of my social medias, you could, you know, contact me. I always write back. It may take me a little bit of time, but I always write back. And here's where we're gonna stop out here on these spies. Just take these profits. If we get over this pivot, and I got out, so that's fine. Now we may pop up here towards this VWAP, and then if we reject at this VWAP, I may get back in, but let's try to do it right here. We'll see. Oh, this is a 1 minute. What are we doing on the 1 minute chart over here, dude? No wonder I'm stressing out. So you guys want like my story time, like you know, my origin story, like how I got into trading. So while we're waiting here, I was going to school as a medic for a little bit, and I found out we were pregnant with my son, with my son's mother, and yeah, 5 minute is nice, dude. You don't get chopped out on the 1 minute, right? And then it's not too macro, so it's Goldilocks. Um, the so Found out we're pregnant with my son. Um, I had a baby die on me when I was a medic, so I was like, nah, I'm not doing that no more. So I went and worked in a call center at T-Mobile, and I was like, oh, this is nice. Like, it was one of the better paying jobs, like in Albuquerque, and so I good benefits. 3 minute is money for scalping. Yes, for scalping, yes, and I also like it for these my purple candle triggers. These are, so to let you guys know, and like I said, I have ADD like a mother, dude. So like I'm gonna go back and forth between what we're doing. Oh, look, this is nice. That's nice. Um, so what was I saying? Oh, the purple candles, and then I also have an algo in development, guys, that is going to be working with interactive brokers, and it'll you can set it to manually just alert you, and then you take the trades off these purple candles, and then it'll and to exit, or it'll do it automatically for you. So I don't have an example of them, but they, like I said, they usually when these trigger, you get you get a pretty good move. So from my back testing, which is just manual, not automated at all, it's about a 78% return. And they are actually doing a back test of this 20 years for these purple candles on the different time frames to show which ones are better. Share my chart. Which chart? Can you not see my chart? The one I'm on now. Oh, the indicators. Yeah. So yes, yes. So yes. So for you, BLR, since you're a member here, dude, I'll put that in our other chat. I'll send it to you here in a little bit. Okay. Give me a few. Um. So I got a job at T-Mobile call center, pretty nice, benefits and all that good stuff. And then at the time they were T-Mobile was changing from the Kardashians being like their spokespersons, and that's all they had going for them. Like Verizon and AT&T were kicking their butt, and then they hired John Ledger as a CEO, and they started wanting to actually scale the business and make it more profitable. So they, as incentive for us, they started offering us RSUs, restricted stock units for performance. So if we did really well on our performance, we got units of stock, and they would vest every quarter. And I was a top performer at T-Mobile. Richard actually, so Trade Freak, um, actually worked at T-Mobile too. He worked on the retail side, which is funny, with me there in Albuquerque, and so with these restricted stock units, then so I ended up actually breaking up with my son's mother, and when that was pretty rough on me. I grew up in a separated family. Like I didn't have my dad there, and that was one of the things I always wanted for my son was to have full family, both parent home. And so I took the my stocks, I sold them when they vested, and Wolf of Wall Street had just come out like a year or two earlier, all that, and I was like, oh, like stocks, this is how people get rich, right? And so I took my stuff and I sold my T-Mobile stock, and I bought like shares of Disney, GE, and something else I don't remember. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna let those marinate. I'll come back and I should be rich in no time, right? So the next quarter, uh, I came back and I literally like made $10, like literally made $10, and I was like, man, I can't get rich and drive Lambos on this. Like, I can't get girls or anything. And it was like that whole thing. Like, I separated from my son's mother, and I was like, oh, I'll show her. Like, I'll be rich in a month or whatever. And didn't quite turn out that way. So then I started Googling. I found a certain warrior trader guy and started following him. Blew up my account, following him into a trade and probably getting sold into. And after that, started just researching on my own. If you guys know who Cameron Foose is, um, I I followed a lot of Cameron Foose. I actually pirated his course from like Pirate Bay or something. So if you guys know how to get a hold of Cam Foose, or you guys talk to him, tell him I owe him some money and tell him I said thank you. Get a hold of me. And started playing like patterns that that he was doing and stuff like that. Got a little bit consistent in that, and then I found J Trader. You guys know who J Trader is? Do you really talk to him? You know who he is? Yeah, dude, he's a cool dude, man. He kind of has a crappy attitude about talking and being around other people, but I mean, I get it, dude. That's most traders just want to be left alone and make their money. But yeah, his system is based off of Spartan Trader. So Spartan Trader was first before him. Um, so yeah, man. Like, and then I think maybe you guys know who Mike is. Big Mike was the like protege student of his or whatever, like at the time. And then I switched over to J Trader. So if you guys know who J Trader is, I started learning from him, and that was like doing all day fades, small cap, biofarm, BS. Reading a lot of fundamentals and stuff like that. Got a bunch of got a bunch of consistency there. But that's when trading was easy, like small caps. Anything that popped up over 20-30% in pre-market just faded all day. Um, so that was really nice. I was no, J Trader. So on Twitter, he's the Italian dude, the big old bodybuilding dude, and um, and so um, and this is that accumulation that we're talking about right here, guys, on my screen. So you see the TTM is showing these red dots right here, and then the triggers would be whenever this curls up and these lines cross. So these two lines are actually the MACD lines. They're just not the histogram. This is the TTM overlaid with the MACD2 lines. And so when this crosses, this is actually a trigger to actually go long. And you may, like on this, maybe this 3-minute chart, you may be getting those purple candles. Yep, there's your purple candle. And so we may get a little bit of a moonshot here in a second. If we could get some volume here. But I'm all out. I'm flat on the day. So, well, I'm flat in my positions. I'm not taking any more positions. Is that Weeble on the right? What are you looking at there? This right here, this is flow algo. This is flow trading. So this scans for sweeps and blocks in the market. Come back on, I believe on Thursday. On Thursday, I'm going to be, yeah, Thursday I'm going to be talking about flow trading and how to use the flow algo. Yeah, so the red dots indicate actually lack of volatility. So right now, what we're basically doing in the market is we're showing that this is a balanced market right here. The market agrees that fair value is in between these two lines right here, right? So we are not in a price discovery mode where the market is moving either up or down to get to the fair value point. So the market agrees on right now is a fair price, but the reason we call this a compression is like it compresses like a spring. So whenever you compress a spring, you get a big expansion. So what we're trying to play is the breakout here, and you get that big momentum expansion here, and most of the time to the upside, right? Is what we want. And so um, that's what we're showing right here is that lack of volatility. And then whenever it shows the green, that means it fired. So and then you could also see like where like the volatility is growing when it's red, and then also also when it turns yellow, then it's starting to taper off. So right now we have not really shown that, you know, the yellow to come back down and go back the other ways, but we may here in a little bit. So maybe within the next half hour or so. So, and the Qs are doing the same thing. So the Qs are actually, I think I like the Qs set up a little bit better. And we know that the Qs have been a little bit more, more, have more strength than the SPY too. So, but you see this right here. So here's your dots. And then this one isn't within a negative negative TTM histogram right here. This one's still positive. Do you see this? And so there we go. Here's your cross. He's going to be your entry. And then your risk is to the bottom right here. And then you'll see that if we could get this move, and the VIX wants to go ahead and come down. And Tesla wants to make that move up to 750. Try to another push there. So super proud of my trading here, guys. Noticed that this area was starting to hold. Just took my profit, didn't try to squeeze water out of a rock, and we're good for the day. There we go. And then this is all from that purple candle as well on the 3-minute right here. So here's your purple candle. And I'll leave it right here on the 3-minute to kind of show you how this works. And so this is our resistance point of liquidity right here on the VWAP. This is our next point, and then 389. Okay, so then yeah, I was like, I can't get rich doing that. And then got in the J Traders room, did biofarm companies, all day fades. There's a guy in there that he works for 7 Points now, and he is like a monk. of trading. Like he is just the he's actually a sheik, like a Indian sheik. And this guy has the most patience ever, dude. Like I would actually compete with him on who could get the lowest covers on the all day fades. And I would think I would do so good holding all day. And he's like, oh, well, I guess I'm holding until tomorrow. And if you guys could find who I'm talking about through my tweets and stuff, good luck to you if you were trading small caps. He's awesome. Makes 8 figures with 7 points now. So then I've had lots of cool mentors, man. Lots of help. So in 2018, if you guys were trading in 2018, we had the pot stock craze, right? So we had like NBEV, and we had Tilray and all that. We had that pot stock thing. So the algo started getting a little bit more intelligent, and we would get almost like kind of like this kind of setup, right? So we'd get a pop up at the morning on the small caps. Everyone would load up short right here, right into that pop up. Everyone thinking, oh yes, we're gonna fade all the way down into the OTC, but it wouldn't. It would come down here, it would catch support, and then what would happen? This accumulation right here, and then you would get this big squeeze out that was fueled by chasers and also the people covering. We could go over the studies here in a second. And then so I started developing my own system, and I started using the TTM right here a lot more. Trend following here with like the candles and stuff. And then I started using those on those squeezes that were happening during the pot craze when Tilray went to what, like 300, something like that. Made a lot of money during that time, and then I got kicked out of the J Trader room because they thought I was taking they felt that I was taking the opposite side of the trade from them, and that I was kind of using what they were doing against them, but not necessarily true. Alberto, who is in here, could vet to that. I was very happy to teach everyone, what I was doing, and they didn't want me to, so they kicked me out. I so then I started just trading on my own, and then winded up losing everything after a little bit, and having to start all over. I was doing really good. I had like a condo in like a penthouse condo in Albuquerque, brand new BMW car, everything, and winded up losing it all. My own attitude, my own, everything, and uh, and so I ended up becoming homeless at the time. I didn't have nowhere to go or anything like that. Lost my whole account and stuff, and ended up having to do it all over again because I don't know if you guys are religious, but I'm very, very, and this is that trade we were talking about. Remember right here, I said if it comes up to the VWAP, we may smack down off of the VWAP. That's exactly what happened. So um, so we'll see. Oh, we're getting a little bit of momentum here. I didn't get that because I'm over here bumping my gums. So then winded up staying with a friend for a little bit, and just couch surfing with him, and I started the New Age Wall Street chat room. So I've had the chat room since 2019, just a Discord room, and Alberto was like member number one. I had some other members that followed me from the J Trader room, and just went from there, and then started teaching my strategy of like this TTM and accumulation and expansion type stuff, and then added to it. And I was basically sleeping. I went and got like a buy here, pay here car, and I was basically sleeping behind the church in a parking lot, dude. And I would go to Starbucks, Flying Star in the morning, trade with Richard, Trade Freak right here. So Trade Freak in the chat, he would meet me at Flying Star and stuff, and then I would get kicked out because I wouldn't have that much money. I'd just buy like a cup of coffee, and they're like, dude, you can't sit here all day for 75 cents on the Wi-Fi. So that stuff was funny. Yeah, dude, you make fun of me that I stunk, and yeah, dude. So yeah, so April 29th, I think a little bit after that was I first started trading with $2,000 back in the account. I had to use an offshore broker, SureTrader. I don't know if you guys remember SureTrader. The executions were $5 a trade. So I wound up losing that, losing that money up into $700. And there was a liquidity amount of $500. You had to keep at least 500 in the account, or else you would just get auto liquidated. And yeah, SureTrader, bro. Um, and so with my strategy at the time, like you had to scale in, right? So you had to, two, three executions in order for you to take that trade. And dude, this is a hard. So this is where you get chopped, right? Because this is where I said right here that this is the and I mean, if you would have scalped this, from here to here, nice trade, 388.20 to 387. 63, nice little scalp for the bear side, but we're still within this range here, and this is still actually setting up really nicely right here for this upside push. So still waiting, but dude, I've usually it's way more than that, but yeah. So then um yeah, we get kicked out of Starbucks, Flying Star, the coffee shop in Albuquerque, and so I was with SureTrader, $700, and I didn't know. I was like, man, I have 200 bucks. If I keep on doing the same thing I'm doing, I'm gonna wind up losing it. I don't have nothing else that I'm able to do, right? And so I wound up calling Smash the Bid. If you guys know who Smash the Bid is, he is a OG of the options game. He's really really good. He just has a totally different system, and I don't. I'm more of a technical trader, and his is based off of math, and it just doesn't jive with me that well. But he gave me the pretty much the basics. He told me just trade your system and use these strikes and what have you. When the market opened that Monday, and I made 300 bucks, and I was like, oh man, there's probably something to this option stuff. This is nice, and didn't look back. So didn't look back, and within 18 months of doing that, I hit 7 figures. And um, it goes without saying that it was during the biggest bull run ever during COVID and stuff. And I do not take lightly for that fact that um, I had that help, right? It was during, pre-split of Tesla when Tesla was like $200 or $300, and I was very bullish on Tesla since everyone was so biased short on it. I caught lots of big moves on Tesla during that time, and that's when Tesla would move like $200 in a day and not blink twice about it, right? Amazon as well was very really big mover. So the environment did help me out a lot of that. I'm not gonna. I mean, everyone says that I should, you know, take the credit where it's due, but I want to be forthcoming as to stuff. You know what I mean? Netflix too. Netflix pre-split, so Netflix was a good everyday mover at the time, growth stock, and so uh, 18 months I made that, and then I've always so to tell you guys, forthcoming. I have felonies from when I was 18, like battery stuff like that. Nothing financial, um, and so the um, it's always been hard for me to like get a normal job because of the background check, and also like a apartment or a place to live, whatever, because of all that. So that's why trading means a lot to me. It gives opportunities to people that didn't have other opportunities, and and in the back of that church, dude. So I actually went to church yesterday with my son at the same church, and it's so cool to be able to do that now. And in the back of the church where I was sleeping, and it was freezing. Like it snows in Albuquerque in the winter, and it was freezing back there, and I would just pray every night, dude, that somehow, some way, I'm a little bit talented at this, and I've never been good at anything else in my life. I've always quit everything else. I've quit sports. I've quit everything else, and this is the only thing that I've really dedicated myself to learning. I From that time in T-Mobile, uh, when I started learning, I literally locked myself in the house for like a year. Didn't go out with friends. Didn't do anything. Just like hardly showered, hardly went grocery shopping, anything like that. Like I just watched charts all day long, and so I prayed to God that if He allowed me to be able to, make everything back and everything again, that I would help out people that need help as far as give people opportunities to be able to learn, make things affordable, and give people of my minorities that do not get financial literacy as well. Yeah, dude, I had like a 2001 Lexus, bro. That thing had like 280,000 miles on it, bro. Like I was sleeping in the back of the church, and so here I am, man. So that's why I've kind of made my chat room. This is like the way I made the, my making my promise back to help people out. And I plan on, growing this more than just a chat room. I'm trying to get an RIA license, get the business license. We also had an office in Albuquerque for like a co-working, co-trading office for traders. It didn't quite work in Albuquerque because the mindset there is not money set. It's very victim mentality. So I am currently living in Dallas now, and we are going to try to make an office here. And there is a lot of support here in Dallas, man. That I go a lot of places and I tell them what I do, and they're like, "Oh, well, let me know when it opens up." Um, also, Black Boxes, headquartered here in Dallas. Cobra Trading, who is my broker, is headquartered here. We'll be doing a lot of seminars and workshops together with Cobra and Black Box. So we'll be throwing those. I love that it's in the middle of the country. It's very cheap to fly into Dallas. There's lots to do, so I could host you guys and do lots of stuff. And yeah, so but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So I've done this twice. I've lost started from nothing the first time, right? And then blew up a few accounts, doing it the wrong way, like pretty much everyone does. And then the second time, just being, I think I needed to be humbled, man. Like I was living kind of wild, and God was like, "Hey, we're gonna settle you down a little bit and teach you to appreciate this." And so I got humbled and did it all again. The tacos here in Dallas? No, dude, I don't. We haven't gone to get tacos here. I don't think yet. So here they have Tex-Mex, dude. And that what that means is that uh, you get meat with no seasoning, pretty much. They think pepper is hot here. Thank you, guys. Yeah, man, just a little bit. So, late, dude, I'm normal as fucking hell, man. I didn't have silver spoon at all, or like anyone to give me money to get this started or anything like that. Um, I've had great people help me along the way, but I put in a lot of work to figure it out. All this stuff is custom coded by me. Richard Trade Freak has also helped with some of the coding. Statement balances, yes. I believe Deckmar is going to have those as well, yes. So he's going to show those. The spot around the old shop was so good. Oh, yeah. Paisa? Yeah, bro. So I hosted a workshop in Albuquerque, and some of my members came out to Albuquerque, and I took them on a Breaking Bad tour. We went on a Breaking Bad tour a little bit, and then we went and had tacos. Everyone was a little bit freaked out. They were like, "Why are you bringing a gun with us to go get tacos?" I was like, "Hey, like we're a little bit south of the train tracks here. We gotta do what we do." And what else did we do? We went hiking. We went on a tour, like see some waterfalls and caves and stuff. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what you got to do. There's sacrifices that need to be made. Appreciate you guys, dude. I see like 47, 48 of you guys in here. Right now, we are very low on volume, as you could tell. We're just chopping around. So, um, that bullish thesis that we had right here where we're holding, that is out the window. Like I said, I do believe that we're going to wind up down here probably for the close. So that is my thesis. This VIX just does not want to break down any further than what it is right now, and everything is at resistance, has overhead where it's at. Top of the hour push, we'll see. 10 minutes. Pre-market highs and lows. Oh, so like pre-market breakouts. Yeah, dude. That's obviously a good strategy. A lot of people, that's a classic strategy. I don't know what the back-tested win rate of it is, but you know, even some people play the what do they call them? Opening range breakouts. I don't like doing that, but yeah, that's you know, playing that volatility at the open. But the TTM, it's actually made by John Carter. So if you you just write John Carter TTM. He has his own like trading group thing, but there's some like stuff in here. I don't have like anything. I just have like to my strategy, like, but not the actual indicator. So I could kind of explain it. I'm not doing anything right now. The way that the TTM is made is it's based off of the Bollinger Bands and the Keltner channels. So we know that Bollinger Bands measure volatility as well as Keltner channels and are a little bit more delayed. So the way that this works is that whenever the Keltner channels are within the Bollinger Bands, then it signals these red dots in the compression right here. So that's that balanced market that we're talking about, where we're going sideways or consolidating, whatever you want to call it, accumulation, what have you. And then whenever the Keltner channels expand to the upside of them, then that is when you get whenever the Keltner channels, I'm being very vague, I'm very sorry. Whenever the Keltner channels expand outside of the Bollinger Bands, then that shows the volatility expanding, and then you get the move to the upside. Now, if you could also have them where they kind of move in divergence, and then that's when you get the downside kind of break downside. But so for you guys that are watching me here, just a little bit of a secret, the way that mine are set up. So when you go into like if you use Thinkorswim, right, and you put TTM on your chart, it's going to look something like this right here. So this is going to be set to 20. Mine is set to 18. It's a little bit more sensitive, and it's going to trigger a little bit more quickly than the 20. So especially if you're using a bigger time frame as well, like a 5-minute, you need it to measure 18 candles instead of 20 candles back, or else you're not going to get a trigger, and then it's going to move without you. The other part is like you've seen as well here, is that I have this in the same, you know, the same kind of lower area thing, but crisscross, I don't say crisscross, overlaid. So the MACD 2 lines is overlaid on the TTM squeeze. So this is the divergence convergence line from the MACD, which are these 2 lines, and then it's over the what do you call it? The TTM. And so basically what you're looking for is this is showing the lack of volatility or balanced market right here, and then the divergence convergence line right here is showing you the direction that the ticker wants to go ahead and move. So this is your negative trend right here, and then once this crosses and it's the red dots and it crosses, that's showing you that it should move to the upside. Now these purple candles also have MFI, money flow index, that are coded into them. And so that's what these candles are for, the TTM, Bollinger Bands, Keltner channels, and then the MFI. So that it's measuring buying versus selling within the candle. Does that answer your question, or is there something? Is there more like I could elaborate more in that? Awesome, brother. So the other part too, like just kind of rule of thumb, is that whenever like you're buying, you don't want to buy like whenever the volatility is expanding to the downside. This is meant more as a bullish. And I mean, at some point, I may be able to like make it to where there's distribution, and then you get the downside kind of move. But I haven't developed that yet. This is strictly a bullish type setup. Strategy. And so whenever you see these red histogram bars coming down, the volatility expanding down like this, please do not buy it, dude, even though there's red dots. Wait until you get these yellows at least. This is just the TTM squeeze. So like we're showing right here, so TTM squeeze right here. And the thing that sucks about this, man, is that John Carter actually has the license to Thinkorswim. And so the actual, like, he's the OG and he's the one that kind of came up with it. Um, so the actual TTM is licensed to Thinkorswim. You could go into like TradingView and they have iterations of it where other people have coded things of it and stuff. But they're not as good. And I also have my developer guys changing all this over to Thinkorswim or to TradingView, and but it needs to be on point. It needs to trigger at the same time that it does here. We don't need people taking the same, the same trade at different times. That's not going to help. Oh, we have some nice little bullish flow here. So here's our cross right here. So this would be potentially a good entry point. And then please do not put your, if you can't afford the risk of where your thesis is invalidated, do not take the trade. I see so many people, so many traders putting risk at like, okay, I'm going to risk, so this is 387.90, I'm going to risk 387.78 right here where these lines are, right? It doesn't work like that. Like the market doesn't know that you have your, your stop right there, and doesn't care that you have your stop right there. But this is where everyone is stacked up right here. These are where the bids are at. So you have to put your stop loss where your thesis is invalidated, where there is actual support in this area. So if you can't afford the risk of it being 387.90 to 387.40, so what is that, 50 cents or what have you, please do not take that trade. You have to put your stop loss where your thesis is invalidated, not where according to your account or position size. So and it does have to be to your account or position size, but it needs to be account, position size, and where the thesis is invalidated. If those two checkboxes are checked, then you're good to go to take that trade, as long as you go ahead and have a nice potential for return of at least 1 to 3 or what have you. There we go. Let's see. And we have confluence right here on the Qs. So this is the VWAP, and then also this R1. So we break over this. Let's see if we get some momentum here. Confluence. Confluence is where so in trading, is where two indicators are at the same price, So right here we have the VWAP, right? And then also the pivot in the same area. So this is confluence right here. So this is double liquidity, right? People that are playing the VWAP are taking trades based off of the VWAP, and people playing the pivot are also taking trades based off of the pivot. So in this area, it's a higher level of interest. It's a higher point of interest that people are looking at, because there's more eyeballs on it, because there's more indicators in that area, right? It could also mean that when two instruments are at a point of interest at the same point in time. And so what I mean by that is that, like, for instance, here today when we had Tesla, right? So we have Tesla right here at this 750 this morning, right? And then we also had Apple right here. Let me get a little smaller time frame here. At the same time, they're at a point of resistance. So two totally different instruments, right? Tesla and Apple. But they're both, we know that over this area right here, this 151 and this pivot, and we had 750 right here on the 750 right here on Tesla. Those are both resistance. So, and what is the SPY and the Qs? It's just a makeup of all these tickers, right? So if you have, the more tickers you have at a point of resistance at the same point in time, what's going to happen? They may reject, right? Or they're going to go ahead and break out at the same time and drag each other up. So you could also have that too, where, like, say for instance, two instruments are at the point in time as well. So you get this a lot, like on the SPY, right? So we had this point of resistance up here, and then we had the VIX up here, and you could see where the point of the VIX was at resistance here as well, or excuse me, at the point of support. So you could see where my line is right here. So my point of support here is at the same point right here of resistance on the SPY. So what's going to happen? We're probably going to get a reversal then at that point. Does that make sense? So the more things you could have all together at one time, right? So at one time you have more instruments at a point of resistance, or the more indicators at a certain price, you're going to get a bigger reaction than at that point. Not necessarily confirmation. So confirmation is going to be like a secondary effect to it. So the confluence is going to be where like I said, the multiple. So that's a better word. Multiple instruments at the same price, or multiple indicators at the same price, or multiple tickers at a point of interest. Type of stocks I play are mostly high beta stocks, dude. So Fang, I don't know if it's called Meng now because it's meta, but mostly high beta stocks, and then SPY. I don't really play the Qs, but I always have them up. SPX, but Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Amazon. Shopify still has a big spread, even though they did the split. And Google's now $100 stock now, guys. Did you guys see? So crazy, dude. Not necessarily blue chips, just high beta names, dude. But we do growth stocks, dude. Whenever the stuff is moving and stuff is set up, like I made some good money on Etsy last year. What were some other ones? Earlier this year, we did Lockheed Martin right at the onset of the war with Ukraine. We made some really good money on that. Snow was a good one that we did last year as well. So we do play growth names as well. So they just have to be set up really nicely. But day to day, what I play is mostly these. And then if something comes up on the scan, or my weekly watch list, then I'll put my attention on those. I wish more was going on for you, going on right here, guys, so I could go over. Oh, here we go. Apple and Tesla are trying to get this push. So here's Tesla with those purple candles. Let's see. Let's see if it gets over the 750. How long has everyone traded options, or you just you guys have more of an interest in trading options? Haven't really traded them. Interested? Awesome. Very nice, dude. Yeah, it's nice, dude. Especially when you get into the narrative part of things where the option market controls the equity market, dude. There's no question about it. So once you start learning where, money is positioned out of the money and what the narrative is on why they're moving the market to a certain point, um, it becomes a lot easier. And the option players know that, dude. The option players know which way they're trying to move the market and for what reason. Oh, dude, let's see. AMD today? I wanted to pull it up earlier, but I didn't pull it up. There we go. Oh, very nice. This is really nice, dude. Yeah, I mean, so the way I would play this right now is that we're getting some momentum on this. So, like I was explaining earlier, we have what's called a crossover play. Um, so it's a push up, a breakout of the resistance, which was right here in the pivot, right? The point of liquidity. So if it comes back and retests this pivot point, then that's your entry once it holds, and then continue to go up. Because if you take the trade right now, you're risking all the way. You're risking pretty much down to here because this was the old resistance. So you're putting about 20 cents of unnecessary risk when you could actually just take the trade right here, risk right below that point of liquidity, and then go up. So I'll keep this on right here. We'll watch what happens. Now it's trying to do it. So you also got to be cognizant, like if there's any above resistance up here, like yeah. So we're getting up to this volume area. So like if you use your market profile, let's go like this actually on the hourly. So we're getting up to these higher volume nodes. 83.87 is the next point, and then you have a gap here to 84.20. Oh, dude, I didn't. So, D-Rob, you're over there in the alerts. What studies are you using on the SPY? So, just kind of a indicator tour. If you guys want to go do that right, real quick, right here. So we kind of went over this here already. This is the TTM overlaid with the MACD two lines right here, right? The TTM is also shortened. The time frame is shortened to 18 instead of 20, which is by default. Um, I have just traditional pivots. So these are just the traditional pivots that are coded into Thinkorswim. And then um, so these are just labels right here. So prior day close price, just nice information to have as you're trading, right? Um, change dollar amount, change percentage, SSR. You guys know what SSR is. Most of you guys that trade small caps uh, use this a lot more. But there's been a couple earnings reports and things where things have hit SSR as far as on the bigger caps. The VWAP, and then this measures in squeeze. So this measures how many candles back we've been in squeeze. So right now we're 18 candles back. So if we're measuring 18 by 5 minutes, what's that, 35? So like 3.5 hours we've been in squeeze, or something like that. Um, and then this yellow line is the VWAP. This yellow line is the VWAP right here, and then these are the 18, or excuse me, 8 and 13 EMA. And so the way I use these EMAs, I actually have on my other screen over here, my other monitor, I have the SPY on a 1 minute. And so the way that I do this is whenever I'm in a trade, say like I'm taking a trade like on the TTM, I'm using the TTM and everything here for the entry. But to be able to exit the trade, I'm using the 1 minute on the SPY to keep a trend. So like say like right here, like I'm in puts, then as long as the price stays below these two lines right here, then that is my trend to be able to stay in. If it goes ahead and crosses, that's go ahead and get out. So whether once it's already in trend, and the reason being is because 8 and 13 are actually Fibonacci numbers, and so those are going to act as resistance because they follow at a ratio of Fibonacci. So then the candles are based off of the Bollinger Bands, MACD, and then also MFI. So these are just trend candles to help you stay in the trade. Obviously 1 minute is very, very volatile, but if you come to like, this 5 minute, that what we've been doing, then whenever these turn red, this is to help you to stay in the trade. As long as these stay red, you could go ahead and stay in. They're a little bit slower than you taking profit here on the price cross of the 8 and 13 EMA. So if you're trying to get like a bigger move, like you're expecting a bigger move, maybe some volatility that day, then you could use the candles to go ahead and stay in a lot better. The green is obviously bullish, and then these also have a little bit of they have RSI built into them as well, so they actually have profit taking marks on them. So if you see right here on this drop, the trade that I actually took, this turns pink, so this means that this is oversold right here. So this is a point where you should start looking at one indication, right? You should start looking at, maybe I should take some profits right here. We're a little bit oversold here on this RSI. And then on the same thing on the bullish side, you start getting lime green candles instead of dark green candles whenever it's overbought. The blue are neutral. The blue are just placeholders pretty much. They're basically zeros. And then the purples are where these are triggered here for that upside move here on the TTM strategy. Netflix options tomorrow and XOM next week. Yes. Please do not trade options prior to earnings. Play the volatility after the earnings. So you do not want to get IV crushed whenever you are taking, and basically it's gambling, dude. You could have a great earnings report, but they didn't offer guidance, or they lowered guidance or something like that, and you get absolutely demolished. It's a gamble. Please do not do it. There's no edge in it. We are not gamblers. We are traders. But once we could see the direction and the pattern that is made after the earnings, there is lots of volatility still to be played. So I think it was J-Rob. Yeah, J-Rob. So this is a no trade right here. So remember I told you, come back right here and it has to hold. That's a no trade. So we got to leave this one alone, at least for the upside part. Yeah, so Apple and Tesla just ranging against that resistance. We may get that FU candle here in a second, in a little bit. Oops. And so like I said, one of the benefits like of my room or whatever too is this flow algo actually costs like $150 a month. If you want to have it for yourself and be able to manipulate through it, like whatever, I do have a affiliate code. It's $25 for 25 days, which usually it's $37 for like a week for a trial thing. So if you want the affiliate code, just send me like a DM on Twitter or something. I could give it to you. I hardly make anything of it, but I've tried Cheddarflow, I've tried Insider Finance, I've tried Blackbox. I like Blackbox, but that's the thing I like about this is that it has AI that reads out the things, so I don't even need to actually be looking at this. It reads it out to me, and then I could kind of get a sentiment of it if it calling out lots of calls, lots of puts, or if I hear the same ticker being called out over and over again, that's something to note. So the way I kind of make the comparison is that Flow Algo is like the Apple of flow trading. It just freaking works. It's simple and it works. It's very dependable and very nice. The other things like Cheddarflow and stuff is more like the Android, where it's very customizable, and the filter as well. I think you get more significant flow with Flow Algo than you do from Cheddarflow. Cheddarflow just kind of machine guns everything that's a sweep out there. To, to gloss. Here we go. I think one of the things is always to have, a plan for both ways. Like we were saying, we have this compression and it was holding this area. And so we did have that plan where it could have, moved up like that. And then we also have the plan where I said, like, overall, I think that we come down here. So Sean, what's up, dude? Yeah, it's not gonna rip, dude. It is up at that resistance point. So this is what I'm looking at on Apple. Um, so we have this top right here and then right here from previous. So this is old support resistance, and then that's exactly where it stopped here today. So this is our heavy area now where we got to break out to keep on going up. So we're pretty much at an accumulation point, and we may get the next leg maybe tomorrow or maybe Wednesday if we continue to be a little bit more bullish. So Nvidia with the purple candle trying to move up. I'm gonna stay here for like another uh 15 minutes or so, guys. Then I'm gonna go hit the gym. And I'll be here bright and early tomorrow. So just to let you guys know, everyone who wants to come tomorrow to trade with us, I usually start streaming pre-market an hour before the market open. So making pre-market plan, watch list, everything like that. If you have tickers of your own that you want me to go over, I'll go over them with you. You just put them in the chat. We'll go over and kind of I'll give you my thought process and idea of it, and you kind of give me yours. Um, and I'll show you how I make my watch list and everything that I do. I did it today. There wasn't much people in here, and then we trade the open, and then like I said, I usually only trade like 2 hours or so into the open, and then during the lull time, go hit the gym. Sometimes I'll come back during the uh, final hour of the close. You see if there's any volatility, and that's it. Nice, G Daddy. It's kind of weird calling you Daddy, dude, but 116 Amazon. When does Amazon report? Does anyone know? Yeah, dude. Actually, so like intraday, right? So if you see it keep on getting rejected right here, I like that idea. So um, right about here. Um, so if we come like that, so that is your line, and that's where it rejected up here earlier. So if you're trying to, basically the way I would be playing this is like off of the volume, right? And then make sure that you're looking at your SPY, your Qs, your VIX on what's going on. This is looking a little bit bullish, but keep an eye on the volume here. If the volume stays relatively lower, then yeah, then you could go ahead and start doing that. If you want to play a little bit more safe, let it come back below this R1, and then when it retests the R1, then go ahead and get in for that fade. So, but this is actually looking a lot stronger than Apple, and a lot better than Tesla actually. So I actually do like this one here. This is your line that you have to get over though. This right here, this 1635 to 1650. So if you're bullish, if you're not, then you're risking high a day. So that's where your thesis is invalidated. Does that make sense? Yes, kinda. I will, dude. Smash is a good dude, man, and he knows a lot too. He puts a lot into his trading, and like I said, I don't know if you were here earlier. I don't know if you were here earlier, but his stuff is a lot more math based and levels and stuff. Yeah, yeah, his stuff is a lot more math based. Mine is a little bit more technical and pattern. He doesn't believe in that. We always butt heads on it. But uh, his thing is that um, so his stuff is based off of calculus and the slope and the slope of the way that the ticker is moving. So what he believes is that, without giving his strategy away, is that the market makers and the big money know where they want to take the market, right? So like right here, we moved off of the 370, which was the high open interest at that point. Was it any coincidence that it bounced off of here and we moved up to this resistance? Absolutely not. And he caught this move. I know he did, like without even talking to him. And so basically what he's saying is that if this is support, and this is where the bulls are waiting to go ahead and get filled right here, and then this is the target. How many days or how long is it going to take in order for us to go ahead and get there? Like, so what slope do we need? Basically, what trend do we need to be able to go ahead and get there by that time? And he's able to calculate that and know the time that it takes in order to be able to get that. Um, I didn't pay attention in math class, guys, so I am just smart with patterns and stuff like that. So study patterns. Just do chart yourself, dude. Chart yourself. So trading is a skill just like any other skill, bro. You can't read about riding a bike, right? You can't read about, you know, playing chess or whatever. You got to get in there and get your hands dirty. So what I recommend is you come over, you start on the biggest time frame available, right? Biggest time frame you have available, and you come in and you start looking for places where price has respected more than once. So like on this weekly chart, you'll start right here. Like uh, this is a good one right here. So you can see where this was support, this was resistance here in this area, and then it's this was resistance right here in this area as well. And then you keep on going in and doing it, right? So you start on this big time frame and doing like that, your support and resistance, and then marking out your, and then you go to your next smallest one, and you keep on doing it until it's smaller. And then also just having a chart and looking at the looking at comparing the price action to the chart, that is good too. So like this downward wedge right here, this wedge that we're getting at this point. So we're getting like this trend like this, right? And then also like this. So this is our support, like that. So we should, according to what we're doing so far, we should stay within this confines. And then once we break out of there, we should get a pretty nice move. What program do I use? Like this right here. This is Thinkorswim. There goes Amazon, bro. Yeah, so the best way to learn patterns is to mark them out yourself. Mark them out yourself and watch how the tickers respect them or don't respect them. That's the best way. Like just go Google like trading patterns. Get yourself a nice little chart right here. You don't buy one, dude. Please don't go buy one. Like just have like a PDF on your screen or something, and then just keep track of it. But then also I want to add into that is to understand the psychology of why a pattern works, right? So many, I think a lot of especially newer traders, you see these patterns and they hold them for like the holy grail or their weight in gold, and you got to understand why they do what they do, right? So like in this point, right? So you got to understand that there's pressure here from the top, and so we're getting these lower highs, and then this is where your support is because these are where this is where the bid is stacked up at. And I think Richard, if you could put the book map, if you could a picture of the book map showing this right here, please, brother. I don't have it. And that's where you got to understand that, like a cup and handle, you got to understand that from a cup and handle, there was a support. They started raising the bid here to push up that right side, and then you hit a resistance. You come back down to the bid for confirmation, right? And then it takes off and breaks through that support. Tape and flow greater than all. Uh, that's a lot of brain power. Do you kind of stick with the same stocks that you study over time, or is it kind of universal through the market? Well, so so what Trade Freak is saying, like, yeah, it's universal through the all markets, but what you want to have, dude, is a bread and butter, right? So your bread and butter stock where it's like this is your main girl, right? This is your main girl where like every time you come and visit her, you know that she's gonna be there for you, right? So that could be like your SPY, your Qs, your SPX, maybe even Apple, right? You understand the way that it moves. It really respects support and resistance and has a high ATR. So everyone knows what an ATR is, right? So average true range. So that means that it has enough volatility in the day in order for you to make money, right? So like AMD is a little bit, AMD right now is obviously volatile, but sometimes like it doesn't have that much range. So right here, this is 87.22, or 82.22, and we're at 83.61. So this has moved $1.20 today, whereas the SPY has moved $2. You know what I mean? So why would you put your time and mental capital, your emotional capital, in something that is not going to give you as big of a move as something else that the premium costs exactly the same? So yeah, so like Anthony, right, or Seth, excuse me. Seth is he really likes Microsoft. That gives him really good gains, and it fits his personality type too, right? So some tickers are a lot more volatile than others. Some move a lot slower, like we were talking about Boeing earlier this morning is a really slow mover. You want to pick a ticker that you know that and it has to be stat based. Please do not just do it discretionally and say, I think I like this one because I make money on it. No, dude, use your trading journal on your TraderSync, TraderView, Google Docs, whatever it is, and let that show you what you're good at. So if your best ticker is Apple, then you could always come back to Apple to go ahead and trade that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't go whenever you know, GameStop, right, is having like a monster day, or whatever, or there's a growth stock that's moving really aggressively. That doesn't mean you can't use your skills and what you know and your patterns to go and use that on something else. You know what I mean? But you always want to have that just core of maybe like 5 stocks that you can make money on. Like mine is SPY, SPX, Tesla, Nvidia, Amazon are those are like my main ones. And then whenever something else comes up that shows really good potential, then we'll trade those. Let's take a look at it, dude. I'll walk you through this. All right, so we got a little bit of volume on this candle right here. So we want to see some follow through on this volume right here. So, but you see how these purple candles triggered actually really nice. So sometimes what I like to do is like on the bigger time frame to show like a bigger wick right here. So like an exhaustion kind of wick. Story of my life, dude. I've been there too, bro. So here's that. Yeah. This is a no trade now, dude. That thesis is invalidated. Amazon's going to carry the market here in a second, watch. So here's your cross again. And we've been in compression 16 times 3. 3 times 6 is 9. 30. 36 minutes. Or I don't know. Yeah, but we were talking about this. I said Amazon looked a lot more stronger than the other tickers. There it goes, dude. And so then our target's right here now. And here's your volume confirmation coming in. So this is what we talked about. Qs are popping up now too. Alright, we're moving pretty slow here, guys. I really want to... Well, we're trying. Come on, man. New highs here on Amazon. Oh, there we go. Is anyone taking this trade on the SPY? I like the setup, man, but I just don't see any volume on Apple or Tesla here to kind of support it. So you hope it keeps pushing up, yeah. And you can kind of see how powerful this gets here, like with like this setup, right? So here's your TTM dots, here's your cross, right? Your purple candles, and we're up. We're only up $1. I thought we're up $3, but nevertheless, still pretty nice. Oh, you're still holding on to it? Excuse me. That's what we say as traders, man. Please just get it back up there and let me get break even. And then it gets break even, and you're like, oh, I could make some money. I could hold on to it, and then it winds up turning into a loser. Please don't let it get into that. For all you guys that are here, we're just kind of chilling. We're waiting for this compression break right here on SPY. So if we get over these little points of liquidity, I think we're gonna get it, dude. Apple or Amazon's gonna carry us. I'll take one SPX right here just to put my money where my mouth is. Tilray. Dude, Tilray's under $4. Pot stocks are running or what? Oh, they are. Ooh, this is a nice compression move right here on Tilray. Look at this. Stopped out for 50 bucks. Nice. Yeah, way easier to erase losses when they're small, dude. Like this morning, I had a $132 loss on that first when I first got wicked out right here. That first stop right here. Stopped out, then on the reclaim got back in, and erased that loss. So the thing is like now this time of day is just we're in that lull time and just kind of low lose that volume volatility. There we go. Over the VWAP. There we go. VIX is coming down pretty hard, but it has to get below 2450 in order for us to continue this move. So this is low of day, right below this area, and then the Qs are also getting up to resistance here at 295.80. So let's see. We need Apple, Tesla to help us out here on Amazon. I have 38.95s SPX calls at 850. Your favorite? What do you mean your favorite? Oh, at the low, the grinds? Start calling you Magic Mike how you like them grinds, bro. So I'm up $1 on those SPXs so far. No, I feel like if we do get the pop, it'll move kind of fast once we get it. So Nvidia is also trying to get to the 167. So let's see. And then like I said, the VIX is right here at 2452 now. 2450.48 or so is the support. So if we break those, we'll get a nice little move. So my target here is high a day at least. This will be my last trade, and then I'm gonna take off. I had already said I was gonna go, and then this actually turned out pretty nice. Alright, so this is going to be your second chance right here, your crossover. So we want this area to hold. So if you didn't get in, this is your chance. I hope it doesn't happen at top of the hour here, Richard. We still have 15 minutes till top of the 13 minutes now, top of the hour. So I hope that move doesn't take that long. Yeah, I'm gonna move my setup around, dude. Yeah, I know, dude. I'm sorry. Would it be better if I just take off my camera altogether? I kind of felt it would be weird if I was streaming my first day on here and then you guys couldn't see my face. Like I didn't want you guys to feel like I was hiding anything or anything like that. So, leave it on. Okay. Okay. I don't know if it like tilt it down a little bit. Make me a little bit smaller. Let me see. There. That better? Oh, dude, this train is slower than heck, bro. Yeah, dude, for sure. 5 minute. Good question, Joey. So I take my positions on the 5 minute here, dude, and and then basically then what I on my other monitor that I have here, I have it set on the 1 minute, and then I am looking for it to hold the trend of the EMAs right here, and then that's how I know to get in or out, or excuse me, to exit. So on the 1 minute, 13, excuse me, 8 and 13 EMA. Oops. Full screen like this, you said? Yeah. If you guys have suggestions on the way it looks on the screen here, please let me know. This is what's worked best for me in the chat room so far. I've tried to like overlay it like one on top of each other. It doesn't work because especially with the TTM being below, it doesn't look as good. But yeah. Oh, I see. Alka, Al Capitan. No, growing some gray hair here in this trade. Where are you from right now? I didn't see earlier. 808. What is that? Hawaii? Are you in Hawaii, bro? Dang, dude. Yeah, way different than Hawaii. That's for dang sure. Um, I've only been here about a month, but I've come to visit quite a bit, and I like it here. Like it's a little frustrating. It's different visiting rather than living here. There's so many highways and you get lost very quickly. Like there is I was actually joking last night that you could be driving 85 in the highway and someone will just casually pass you up like a little Honda Civic. Um, so that it gets a little discouraging, dude, as far as like like getting lost and being in such a big area, especially like if you don't know anyone here, like you don't. Uh, um, I'm sure I'll start to meet new traders and other people and stuff. But scenery and vibe and everything like that, everyone's super nice. A lot more diverse here, obviously, than what it is in Albuquerque. Um, I love how green it is everywhere. Like this heat is something else. Like I don't know. Oh, it's saying it's 94 right now. I don't think that's right. So um, it'll probably get to. It's supposed to get 109 today, dude. Look at this. So that heat is no joke. The humidity is crazy too. No, so in West Texas it is very brown, very kind of desert like, but here it's more like prairie, more like very green everywhere. Um it's really nice, dude. What's my favorite ticker? My favorite ticker would probably be SPX, dude. Just SPX or Tesla. Tesla probably too. Like I don't. Did they approve the new split? I think it was like a 4-for-1 split on Tesla. I really hope that doesn't happen because they're gonna take out so much of the volatility that Tesla is known for if they do that again. But um, Tesla and probably SPX are the ones that give the most volatility and range and just nice to make some money on. Dry heat in New Mexico. I'm from Florida. Humidity. Yeah, dude, Florida. I've never been to Florida, but I can imagine. But this like all I have is like a bunch of black and gray T-shirts and stuff, as you could see, and I have to go get some white T-shirts. Like that's too dang hot, bro. You get in your car to start your car, like, and the air conditioner turns on. It feels like the devil's breath just beating down on you, dude. Like it's nasty. I love the houses in Texas. Great houses and great prices. The housing market, dude, is it's not the same, dude, as it was like a couple years ago. My mom had bought a house a little bit outside of town, like for outside of Fort Worth and Dallas, uh, like a suburb called Burleson, near there, and she bought it I think for like 250 or so, like almost 3,000 square feet, with a pool, and that was a really awesome deal, and that would be hard to find, I think, like nowadays. They're selling like some townhouses right here across the way, like 300,000 for like 2 bedroom. So there are deals, dude. Like it's a lot better. Like if you're coming from Hawaii or from California, definitely a lot better. Um, you could tell that the housing is the kind of taste in housing of the new housing is actually changing to meet like other people that have moved here, other markets like California. The houses are starting to look more like that. They're not so much older brick and stuff like that. Uh, um, I love the brick, dude. So, um, but yeah, I mean, I love it, dude. And then there's a lot of traders here. Um, and the money mindset, so many people are like hustlers and just, go-getters and stuff. And that's kind of hard to find in Albuquerque. Yeah. So that's what we went to go look at those townhouses or whatever. And she's like, you need to buy now. The rates are only, or it's only going to go up. Here we go. Nice. There we go, guys. Apple's above the pivot right here. We need Tesla to kind of help out here, though. Oh, Qs are all over the R2. There we go. Let's see if Qs could take out high of day here, guys. And the VIX did break that 25, so there we go. Yeah, dude. So South Lake, I took a drive through South Lake the other day, and the houses out there, bro. I mean, they're bigger than a Walmart, bro. Like bigger than a mall. There is definitely money here. Excuse me, guys. My nose is itching. Um, so it's just getting into the right network, man. Just networking and getting with the right people. So, and that I do believe the housing market is going to get wrecked within the next year or two. So I waiting very patiently. One of the offices me and Richard were actually looking at out here, they wanted like $40 a square foot, and I was like, dude, you guys are crazy. That's all right though, dude. You did the right thing. Nvidia's making a nice move here. There we go. See this push up here. Come on, Apple. Get on your horse. Get on that pony and gallop away. Let's see. You're just. Yeah, my windshield's cracked as shit right now, dude, on my car. And then I don't know about leaving it cracked, bro. I'm not trying to go out there and the thing is missing. When I move though, it'll be in a parking garage, so it'll be underground. It'll be a lot cooler. Nice Kush, Tesla and SPX. Nice, dude. One thing I miss is the early. Yeah, so I've actually visited to Hawaii and I traded out there. The market opens at what, like 3:30 or something. I don't know if you guys have daylight savings time or not, but when I went, it was like 3:30, and yeah, it was a little bit of a pain in the butt, like waking up at that time, especially like before the market opened for like pre-market. Um, so um, but I mean, I was done trading by like maybe 8 o'clock, bro. So I would just take a little bit of a nap and then be back on the beach by like I'd be on the beach by like 10 in the morning, dude. So you have your whole day. You know what I mean? It's really really nice. Actually, you know what? I don't know if you've ever been to Puerto Rico, but it's really nice in Puerto Rico too because they're on Atlantic time, so they're actually an hour later than East Coast time. So the market opens at 10:30 for them. So like in the morning, you have all kinds of time in the morning. You could go to the gym, you could run some errands, and then go trade, and then you're pretty much going home like to on time for dinner or whatever. You could be on the beach there in Puerto Rico by the afternoon, by sunset. You know what I mean? So that was really nice. Is the time in Puerto Rico, and obviously like that's trader paradise. No capital gains tax. Island time, and the actual time of the market opening is really really nice. Mafia, you're in Puerto Rico, not right now. Only in winter. Oh, so you guys are 9:30 right now? Are you by chance at Trade Spaces, dude? Yeah, yeah. But are you trading with like Lucci and all them at Trade Spaces, or you just trade by yourself? That's where I go. I go hang out with them and Francie and Jose. If you guys have the money to go, dude, I've been wanting to for a while to hold like a New Age Wall Street like summit in Puerto Rico and go to Trade Spaces and kind of do like a takeover of their office with all of us there. Um, it's nice, dude. By yourself, nice, dude. What side of the island are you on? Are you near San Juan? Where I went was near Santurce, and then we take the scooters out to the Condao and go hang out over there. Oh, that's far, dude. Yeah. All right, so this is what I'm talking about here, that walk into profit quickly type deal here, guys. I did get, upwards of $100 in profit up here, but now we're just kind of going sideways and not doing too much. Um, we had the top of the hour, didn't push anything more than that. So I'm pretty much at the point where I'm just gonna go ahead and take the stop out, and it's just negligible what I'm gonna lose. So that was the thing, man, is that so we rented a car, and then that and what I kind of messed up on is that we got there on the weekend and then we left on the weekend. The way that I'll do it next time is to get there like maybe like a Tuesday or Wednesday, trade through the week, and then on the weekend be able to go see other things like on the island, and then go back and trade and then leave on, the middle of the week. Um, because like we couldn't go too far because we had got there and then we had left or whatever. Yeah, now it's a direct flight. So it's a direct flight from here in Dallas to Puerto Rico. So hopefully it gets to go more often, dude. It's like 5 or 6 hours or something like that. All right, here comes the Q's pushing. Tesla's also trying. Apple's gonna try one more time, I think, and then if this fails right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and get out. So, Yeah, and so then so the guys in the office they actually told me that the probably the best thing to do is to either rent a boat or charter a boat or just get on the cruise thing and then go to the Dominican Republic, and that there's some other islands too, and they said that's like the best thing to do. Just there's like islands you could have all to yourself and stuff. Um, but like I said, we didn't. I actually met a girl that she was one of our servers, and she gave us like a bunch of tips. Like, and she actually had a friend that owned a boat, so I'm pretty sure it was her sugar daddy. In the Dominican, you could catch hepatitis. Bro, don't tell me that. There are some beautiful women over there, bro. I wouldn't have known. I'd come back with a kid and a hepatitis. All right, I stopped out, guys. So, failed push on this last one right here. I lost 60 bucks on that trade. I'm gonna call it a day. This is my P&L for the day right here, guys. So 850 on those SPX to the downside right here. The win on the SPY, I held on to those a little bit longer than I should have. It was still 80 bucks. And then the calls that I took here, I lost 132, then made some back. Then the little bit of loss that I just took, okay? So it's gonna be like I don't know what the total is. There it is. $822 here. So just chilling, hanging out with you guys. I appreciate it. So um, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm not gonna stream on Tradecaster again here this afternoon. I will be here tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow, and we will start. And I will be on Tradecaster an hour before the open, doing pre-market watch list and just game plan overall. Okay. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. So make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'll go to for updates and stuff like that and what's going on. It's at New Age Wall Street. So at New Age Wall Street, so to keep up to date with everything. Um, and and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay. So really nice day here. Luckily we caught a couple moves. I hope you learned a thing or two. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about, so kind of like I did today, I did, just kind of ask me anything and, kind of give you my origin story. So tomorrow we're going to do what I have, what did I put on here? Um, oh, I actually was supposed to do the story time tomorrow, but we'll figure it out. I'll do some type of lesson tomorrow as well, okay? So we'll catch you guys later. You guys take it easy and trade safe. Make sure you guys don't give back any profits or take any bigger losses, all right? We'll see you guys.